Hello, welcome once again to Friday Night with Graham the Unprepared. And my mic's about to break, so that'll be fun for everyone. Hopefully you can see me and hear me. As ever, woefully underprepared for this. I have had a bit of a computer failure, so I've just swapped out a hard drive and now none of my things will work, no doubt. But if you can see me and hear me, let me know, because that's a start, I guess, if nothing else. Let me see if we can do some of the admin. Let's see if we can get people in chat. See if that works. Copy that, stick it there. It's amazing how it sneaks up on you, this stuff, when you're meant to be live streaming, as if you know what you're doing. Anyway, Vin Sharkey, that worked. Hello there. How are you? NGW, hi from Doncaster, hi from Sheffield. Brian's in. Collaboration of Curiosities says hello, as does Humble Crumble. Ross Hale from Spring-like Edinburgh. Oh, spring-like as in freezing cold, pissing wet, generally disgusting, because that's what Sheffield's like. Hi from Sweden, says Hans Hartman. Fraggles all the way from Sydney. Martin's here, as is Kaylee. Brisbane for Collaboration of Curiosities. God, we get around, don't we? Juggler, hope you're doing well. A wet and windy Wolverhampton, says Stuart. Welcome, Stuart. Dr. Awesome's in, doing water changes while listening. Amazon Research Centre for Ornamental Fishes. And breathe, because that's quite the name. I'm scared to adjust this because it might just go and fall out. I hope you can hear me. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. Yes, you can see me. Brilliant. Mark, Brian, a quiet one, Mrs. Nippyhead. I shouldn't have said that out loud, she'll hear you. Oops, I meant the wife. She's seen my text, sore head, so I now have my lovely lady wife. Welcome, Mrs. Haig. Fashionably late? Yeah, maybe that's what I should start calling it. Anyway, let's do a bit of admin. What have we got tonight? We're starting, as beverages go, with Northern Monk Hazy Pale Ale, 5.4%. So, you know, maybe I'll get through half the stream without fumbling all my words. This has fast become my favourite of the beers. If you're new here, we are talking about fish and aquatic stuff. But it is Friday night where I am, and I'm going to have me a beer. And this is what it looked like. So, if you are new here, you might not know this, but I don't really like craft beer, or I didn't really like craft beer. Now I really like craft beer. But in the past, I've been more of a Heineken kind of person. And I didn't really like any of that nonsense, like this muck that you can't see through. But now this is my favourite thing. Beer you can't see through for the win. I recreated my weird beer spreadsheet. Let's see if I can get it up. Because I did, in fact... Whoa, what has that happened here? Whoa, Jesus. Computer not happy. No, don't do that, Graham. Come on, you can do it. Pardon me. So I don't know if you'll be able to read all of this. But basically, I found my spreadsheet and I recreated it properly. So in here, this is this one. Northern... No, it's not. What's it called? Faith. Northern Monk Faith. So can I make that a bit bigger so you can see it? You would have thought so, but no. How do you zoom in Google? There we go. Hazy Pale Ale, 5.4%. I wrote down the smell was fresh. And I'm hoping I'm a bit more cultured now and I can identify things. I'd go as far as saying fresh and maybe a hint of fruitiness and citrus, maybe. As if I know what I'm talking about. And the taste was smooth and juicy, and I gave it an 8 out of 10. So this is just outside the top 10 for me, actually. It's number 11 in my ranks. Smooth and juicy. Yeah. I'll never make a beer reviewer because, yeah, that about covers it for me. So, I have been ranking all my beers that we've been drinking over the past 6 months or however long it is. How many have I got down to? I think we've got 42 different beers, all the way down from the lowest one being burnt chocolate, heavy, lingering, horrible aftertaste, 2 out of 10, up to our current leader, which is the Northern Monk Heathen Hazy IPA, 7.2%, fresh citrus, delicious, silky, hints of fruity, fresh loveliness, which is kind of where I'm at with this one. It's currently leading by 0.3, so it's got a 9 out of 10, so I've left myself some room for something that could be a bit nicer. But the next one is 8.7, which is the Vocation Smash and Grab, which I've not had for a while, but I have now bought myself a can of said Vocation Smash and Grab. So trying this again to see whether or not it merits a jump up now that my taste buds are a little more cultured. So, all that nonsense, very aquatic related obviously, but that's more of the Friday night side of things. I've got my spreadsheet, we'll be publishing that on my Discord server. I've just made this appear up here. You can follow us on Discord, you can join in on Discord and join in the chat. No, don't want to do that. And suggest beers you want me to try or you think I might like or something in between. Just generally talk to us about fishy nonsense. This format, so the Friday night live streams, all live streams every Friday, we will be having a quiz about 10 o'clock. There'll be a prize for the winner, international prize, so wherever you are in the world we'll find out some way of doing it. But if you want to catch up on this, if you're not free on a Friday night, you don't want to sit through me going, oh, I'm late, I've turned up, oh, this is broke, that's not working. I'll do all the best bits in my second channel, which in the description there should be a link to the second channel where you can go in and just see the quiz or the questions from the stream or the rants or the topics that we cover and we end up talking about. All of that is based on you guys asking me questions. So whatever you want to talk about, stick it in the chat, say hello. Can be nonsense, can be really deep in thought and thought experiments, or it can be nonsense of I'm going to a fish shop tomorrow and I'm going to buy this, or I don't know what to do, what should give me advice on this, and we'll all crowdsource some answers for you. So that's what we're trying to do, all the while having a nice lovely beer. And it goes without saying, click the clickers. If there's something you can click, if it's subscribe, join, all that good stuff, go and watch a video after this, all that helps. You know, with my crushing self-esteem issues, I need you all to click like and follow and all that kind of thing. Special word for Facebook, if you don't know. Can I do this? I don't know if I can do this. I have a Facebook page which currently has 987 followers. If that gets to 1,000, something happens. I can't remember what it is, but I just remember someone telling me it's really important I get to 1,000. So, you know, if you're not following me on Facebook, to be honest, you're not missing much, but every now and again I post something I think's funny, even if no one else does. So, you know, if you want to catch me on all platforms, follow me on Facebook. We'll get to 1,000, and I think it'll happen, and that'll be interesting for everyone. I'll paste that in the chat. Hopefully you will be able to see that. Right, let's get back to the comments. What are you all drinking for your refreshments and beverages this evening? Obviously, I'm starting off with the Northern Monk Faith. I have the Vocation Smash and Grab. I also have this one, Spokane West Coast IPA by Kirkstall Brewery. And then one final one called Wild Child Shoot to Thrill Southern Hemisphere IPA. So I don't think this one's on the spreadsheet. This will be a new addition to the spreadsheet. Exciting stuff. But as the Northern Monk Faith, I've only got the little stubby cans. And I'm nearly out, so I'm going to top myself up with that one while I read the rest of your comments. Just for the ASMR-ness of it all. I'd be surprised how many people ask me, can you make sure when you're pouring your drinks you do it near the microphone so we can hear it? Okay, weirdo. Unknown S says hi, as does Stuart says, all good, hear me, see me. Brilliant. Skiller's in. Kaylee Warren's in. Christine from a sunny Oswego. Little cans for tonight. Yeah, well, I've got big ones as well, so hey. That's what she said. Unknown says, hi, I'm Jacob from Bournemouth. I watch all your videos and have discus. You sound like my kind of guy, Jacob. Welcome. Hope you've clicked all the buttons. Cinema Reef says, evening all. Sad news about Fishman Aquatics. LFS central to our hobby. Yeah, so Cinema Aquatics, sorry. Fishman Aquatics, friend of the channel. If you see any of my videos in the fish room, you'll see his stickers all over the place. Basically got turfed out of the shop in Oldham. Sad times. There is a video. If you go, again, you might have to go on Facebook to find the video, because I don't think it's public, I think it's private. And it's Reese, who is the man behind Fishman Aquatics, talking about the time of Fishman Aquatics. And I even get a mention in it. I get a mention in it as a rich man that made him chicken nuggets. I don't know what he thinks he's seen in my bank balance, but Question, does Northern Monk Faith play George Michael when it opens? It doesn't. You just get the starting riff, jink-a-jink-a-jing, and then it goes away. Skiller says, I bought myself 9 Congo Tetras today. Absolutely stunning fish. Why have I not had these before? Also bought 6 stinker juvies from a place in Rotherham. Well pleased. What was the place in Rotherham? I'm interested. I live near Rotherham. I might go and visit. Yeah, Crown Tetras, Congo Tetras are amazing. I think it's one of those things, I've said this the last 3 weeks probably. Unless you buy older ones, or a lot of them, they can be quite plain and not boring, but when you get the males developing their full colours and their full finages and interacting with the females in the group, and you have a large enough group for them to do that, they do make a fantastic display fish. Almost too fantastic for discus, because they do take away some of the... Hang on, who's the centrepiece here? Obviously it's the discus, but you know what I mean. Well pleased. I bet you are well pleased. Is it time for an intervention after seeing that beer list? Well, maybe when we get to 100, and I've tried them all 5 times to be sure that we've got a proper scientific sample size. Evening from Preston, says Lanx Fishkeeper. Oh, chat's gone away again. Sorry for not joining the last few weeks. I've had loads going on. Still managed to catch up on some of the highlights on the new channel. Thank you, Lanx Fishkeeper. Yes, so the new channel, I think I've got like 91 subscribers on there. If somebody who has a link could put said link into description, save me hunting for it, I'd be really happy if we could get up to 100. It's really quite humbling having 14,000, what have I got? However many subscribers I've got on this channel and not been able to get to 100 on the other ones. But like, okay, big head, you're not as good as you think you are. Smash and grab beer plays Thug Life when open. Maybe I should work that out into the stream deck, so as I'm opening I can play the music. Freshwater Ichthyology, hello, Dangerous Dan, evening all. Chicken Fist is drinking Coke, ice cold black gold. Freshwater Ichthyology drinking wine, Pinot Grigio, as per usual. Obviously you've had several bottles now, because you actually said Pinot Grigio. So yeah, I've definitely found my niche of beers you can't see through. I don't know if that is a niche. Maybe we should make that a niche. Spandog says, haven't checked in for ages. Hope is all is well for everyone and their fishies. Red wine for Spandog. Well, if you haven't checked in for ages, you might not know about the second channel. So, get over there and click subscribio. Not sure pouring drinks is ASMR. It makes me think more about my bladder. Why I'm not a fan of water fountains. Yeah, I get where you're coming from there. I get that in my fish room where I'm sat up here, for instance, and be fine working away. I'll go down and do a bit of work in the fish room, and I'll go down there and I instantly need a pee. And you think, it's because of the running water everywhere. we've been clearing out the garage. My fish room is in my garage. So I've got a big double garage and I've taken up like a third of it with my fish room. So we cleaned out the other third and reorganised it all. So another big space is empty. I can't say too much because my wife might hear me. But anyway, I thought in the meantime I'll stick up the dartboard because, you know, why wouldn't you? And I keep going down, sneaking down for a wee game of darts. I'm not left-handed, I do it like that. And every time I go down, I'll play around the clock or something with myself. I can't get through a single game without going, God, I'm dying for the pee now. And it's all because of the water running. Sorry, that was a bit too much in-depth view into my psyche. Another red wine drinker. Svandog says, I always think your voice and mic is very ASMR. I do get a lot of comments like that. I don't know whether I'm like, oh, thank you, or, ooh. I choose to view it as a compliment rather than worrying. What's cracking, says Vibes. I remember Fisherman Aquatics starting up. It had another partner in the business originally. And well, several friends of the channel have worked there. So Callum and Courtney, I think, didn't officially work there, just spent a lot of time there. Yeah, it's sad times. I would recommend going and watch the video because you get to see, it's like a little bit of a behind the curtain. In fact, do you think I'll be able to find it? Is that going to be possible? They'll probably copyright strike me if I try and watch it. Pardon me. If you find the Fisherman Aquatics page, you should be able to find it. There we go, Fisherman Aquatics. The page is still up. So
fair to start with, hey guys, welcome back to the channel.
Filmed by Callum.
My name's Reese, the owner, or now ex-owner, of Fisherman Aquatics and Pets, if we add that in now later onto the channel.
It's quite long, it's 15
it's
minutes.
An odd, very different style of video that we've done before. It's, I suppose, either a goodbye or a see you later. I've not fully decided yet.
So I'll stick this in the chat. So you can go and watch later at your own leisure rather than me forcing you to watch it right now. It's worth watching because, like I say, it's a little bit of a peek behind the scenes about what it must be like to start a business, run a business, all the trials and tribulations. I don't know why anybody would want to do that because it just sounds like hard work. But basically, I think there's a little bit at the end. A little montage of when they came over here and helped me out. So that's how I got involved, so to speak, with Fisherman Aquatics. Went over, saw them, they came over here, they helped me refit my fish room. They even managed to get an interview with Corey. That's my front door. That's my fish room. Yeah, so sad times. They were one of the good shops, I think, where they tried to put the hobby at the forefront. Not the hobby at the forefront, but the trying to maintain and grow the hobby at the forefront of the business, rather than trying to sell the most fish or make the most money. It was more about trying to get the best fish keepers in there and give the best advice, give the best service, all the good stuff that you want to see from shops that you don't often get from the big box stores and things like that. So yeah, it is a bit of a sad one. Vibes Aquatic, let's get the thumbs popping. I like that. Young bloke speak. Brian's on the cheap Fosters. £8.50 a 10 pack can't be passed up. Yeah, I wouldn't have gone for Foster's. I'm not a heathen, but I was much more of a generic lager type person. But if you put the effort in, this stuff can become delicious. When you get ready to pop it, I'll have to gauge your expectations. Did you hear anything back from the local brewery yet that we emailed? No, not yet. I did see your email that you emailed on my behalf, which thank you. But no, they haven't got back to me to say, yes, we will supply you with beer. That would be nice. So, for those that don't know, last week, Nabokov Fan 87 emailed Northern Monk, the people who make my favourite beer. This isn't my favourite beer, but it's a close 11th. I told them all about my stream and how much I've been bigging them up. See if we can get some kind of sponsorship out of them. But no, it's not come to anything quite yet. What's the new channel about? It's this, basically. At the moment, it's clips from the live stream. So rather than having to sit through all the nonsense, I collate all the questions, I collate the quiz, I collate any topics that we talk about in depth and just make them small clips so you can just consume the clip rather than all the nonsense and me rambling in between all the bits. Last week's, I don't know if any of you noticed this, but I tried to give it a bit of something else. So rather than it just being me talking and just me literally cutting up this, adding in extra bits. So I think I was talking about tetras at one point last week. So I cut in some images of the tetras that I was talking about and I added a little bit of context and things like that. So I'm trying to make it a little bit different. I don't know that I'll be able to keep this up unless it does grow, because it does take quite a bit of time to get around doing all that. But you know, we're trying. pH keeps dropping after water change. Why does this keep happening? Down to 4 sometimes. No fish in there anymore, in a different tank. Comes out the tap at 7.5, few days later can drop to 4 without the buffer, I guess. Well, that's quite the swing. And is there anything in the tank that might do that? Any rocks, stone, a peat bog, car battery? Don't know. That might be something that could be for Discord. We can do a kind of crowdsourced investigation to figure out what's going on there. I'm going to spell this wrong, but that stiffest blonde, I think. I'm going to spell this wrong, but that stiffest blonde, I think it is non-see-through. Stiffest. A blonde beer. The blonde beers are alright. There's a few pale ales that have been unsee-throughable. There's a word for that. Opaque. But they're not quite. I think a hazy IPA seems to be the spot for me. It was Sustainable Aquatics, another friend of the show. I've got to stop saying that. A friend of me sitting here talking to a camera as if there's people listening. Sustainable Aquatics, another shop that is of the same ilk. They are very much about good service, good advice, welfare, rather than sales above all else. I've not been for a while to Sustainable Aquatics. I must go back over again. Very much in the top of my recommended local shops. I love your choice of mega ditherfish. Hope they are doing well. I can't wait to see the Oscars in there also, and hope the tilapia behaves. So the tilapia behaves isn't happening. The tilapia is being very ill-behaved. I'm not sure what to do. I did put out a post on one of the rehoming groups to put out some feelers to see if there would be anybody willing to take the tilapia. I got a couple of bites that ultimately didn't come to anything. So one was, I'd love to take this fish. I have a nice big tank I can put it in. I thought, great. And then I said something along the lines of, what else is in the tank? And she said, I've got some cichlids. And I thought, okay, this is it's a 12-inch fish. It's quite aggressive. They would need to be really quite big cichlids or very fast cichlids to even consider this. And she posted a picture of some African cichlids. was a bit like, I don't think that's going to work. I didn't hear anything back from her. Another guy saying, how much do you want for it? And I don't. So if any of you want the tilapia, you can have it, if you can give it a good home. It cost me 60 quid. So I said, it cost me 60 quid, but I'm not really asking anything for it. And the reply was something along the lines of, well, if it doesn't go on with my fish, I'll have to give it away for free, so I'm not paying for it. And I was a bit like, I didn't ask you to pay for it. You asked me how much it would cost me, so stick it up your arse. I didn't say that, but I was a bit like, oh, yeah, obviously, that's what happened to me. I'm doing that now. So I don't know what to do. It's not taking a telling. It is getting itself into trouble. It has a little bit of a cut on its lip now, and I can only imagine what has happened is it's continued to have a go at the snakehead, and the snakehead has just gone, do you know what, I've had enough of you, and done something to it, or lip locked or something along those lines. It's healed fine, it's almost gone away now. He's still chasing everything. He's chasing the silver dollars. The silver dollars are looking a little bit ragged. I'm thinking of having to get the tilapia out of there just to give everything a bit of a breather. And then on the other hand, I'm thinking, maybe just get a little bit longer, they'll all get used to each other. We'll put in a bit more decoration, give some more broken sight lines, that might do something. But it might just be the case that, yeah, it's not going to work. I might have to, I don't know. I don't know. So, everything's fine. I'm thinking about putting the Oscars in there now and taking the tilapia out and putting the tilapia in a timeout, effectively, in the tank that the Oscars are in at the moment. It's too small for it, but it would only be short term, hopefully, while I find a new home for it. I'm going to give it this weekend, spend a bit of time in the fish room, see what's going on. Who knows? Definitely a compliment for the ASMR stuff. I never saw this. Well, the video, I think I've put a link in the description. I'll put a link in the description. You can save it and go and watch it later. I mean, it's a bit self-indulgent and sad, obviously, but yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame when the good guys go down. Still never paid me for that fish food I gave him. Anyway, I jest. There you go. Spandog's trying to sort you out, David. That is a good question. So we need lots of information. So all the water parameters you can give us, all the information about the tank you can give us. We can see if we can figure out what's causing this crash. So many want to start an aquarium store. Actually, working in the industry is very different to what people think. I think that is very true. We've probably all been guilty of that. Certainly I have, and I've thought, do you know what? This working for a living's nonsense. It's just not for me. I'm just going to open a fish shop. And then you think, no, that's actually going to be quite a lot. So the argument I have in my head sometimes is there's that old adage of, if you find a job you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Would I love it? Am I romanticising the good bits about, I get to play with lots of fish every day and talk to people about fish and tell people how to make good fish tanks? I think 1 or 2 days spent over at Fishman Aquatics listening to the customers coming in, immediately no. I'd be like, get out of my shop. Just, no, I'm not having it. The admin, the paperwork, the hours, all this, you would have to really love it to overcome all those things. I think it would be fun. I think it would be good. I would love to do it one day in my own terms. But yeah, everything that's a job comes with its own special set of circumstances that try your patience. The missus took control of the PC and's got Little House on the Prairie on. What? I'm here for all the nonsense, but I will sub on the other channel. Good man. That's what we want. Yeah, Friday night for the nonsense. The beer, the nonsense, and the quiz. Don't forget the quiz with prizes. We gave away an international prize. I think we gave away an aquarium co-op voucher is what we ended up giving away last week. Scott, if you're here, I think I still owe you a prize. I'll wait till you get to your new house and we'll give you that. Tonight's prize, I think it's going to be another voucher. So it might be a voucher for the Aquarium Adventures website, or if you're international, a website of your choice. Who knows? West Coast IPA equals emergency orange slices. Oh dear. It's a pale, less intense brew, typically some hops sprinkled in. Oh, and it may or may not be subtle. Less juice, more hops. I must bring an emergency orange one day. That's yummy though. CO2 can cause pH swings up. I wonder if it's a lot of decomposition. Or a dodgy pH test. Yes. That is a big swing. Are you changing with this? Oh, it's gone away. Clear equals filtered, opaque equals unfiltered. Lurking and driving, says Vibes Aquatic. Time of day, yeah, that can make your pH. But still, I wouldn't expect a swing of what were we talking about? Like 7 to 4. That seems. What was it? Let me find the comment. 7.5 down to 4. That's a big swing. Something more must be going on there. It's cycled. I run a sponge filter and a flue valve with BioHome. Just when I do a water change, I have aqua soil capped with sand, no wood, just rocks. Yeah, join the Discord. That's all I can say, because we can get a bit more information. Then you can share pictures. Not that pictures might not help, but you can ask and share information a lot quicker there. I like that one. Threaten the tilapia with some tartar sauce. That was the number one recommendation on my last video, where I said the tilapia was getting a bit out of control. Eat it. That's nasty. Right, if you think I might not enjoy this West Coast Spokane, am I saying that right? Nice can, as you know. The can is 9/10 of my choice when it comes to my beer. So, I spent a good portion of this week going through all my old live streams to watch me drink beer. That's a weird experience when you're watching yourself drink beer. Wishing I had spent more time describing them rather than going, oh, it's a bit smelly. Gug, 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 gug. So, I'm going to do it a bit more. Show you the pour. I kept getting comments saying, you're not showing us the pour. That head's too big. That head's too small. You're not frothing it enough. So this looks a lot clearer. Pretty sure you can almost see through that. It's not a good sign. Nice white foamy head. That does not smell of anything. Maybe I've got COVID again. No, it's not. It doesn't even smell fresh or citrusy. It's just nothing. So I think that's what I call in my spreadsheet subtle. It almost doesn't taste of anything either. No aftertaste. It's not silky or smooth as some of my more preferred ones are. Quite fizzy. Quite light. It's definitely not got a heavy taste. Doesn't taste chewy like some do. it's a bit more lagery than anything else. I know it's not lagery, but do you know what I mean? Inoffensive. The tilapia is amazing, don't get rid of him. I know, but if he's going to kill everything else in the bloody tank, that might be a bit of a problem. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's a beautiful fish. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me see if I can find it. YouTube studio. Just studio. And I can't find my own videos. There we go, this one. Don't know if you can see that picture. Woo. Why has everything gone mental? Well, it's that fish there, basically. It's so colourful. And this is a fish that, like, people eat. I think that's mostly what it's known for. Why is that going all weird like that? Why are you so big? What's going on? What's going on? I mean, this was the day I got it, actually, so it's not even that good. But
It's not oh, my balls.
oh, something's happened. I'll find a bit. There you go. So that is... Spandog has donated £1.99. Thank you very much, Spandog. That's the fish. It is. That's muted colours, so now the tail's red and orange, the fins are red and orange, this blue iridescence here. It's fantastic. But he's an angry bugger. So the silver dollars definitely have done the job, because he is now attacking the silver dollars and the snakehead rather than just the snakehead. It's just such a shame that he's so beautiful but will try and kill everything else. Right, 21:39. So the quiz is coming up in 20 minutes. This is your 20-minute warning for the quiz. Quiz in 20 minutes. Tilapia are well known for getting on with Rift Valley cichlids. Yeah, getting on famously in the same way as Anthony Hopkins is well known for getting on with his dinner companions. Get rid of the angry tilapia. Yeah. For some reason, Streamlabs is cutting out all Nabokov fans' comments, but they're saying, I vote you add more tilapia to give them some comfort. Same thing as a feisty barb. It's a great fish. I did think about that. I did speak with... So I bought this from Maidenhead Aquatics. You know that thing where you don't think of the questions you should have asked until it's too late to ask them? So I found out that it was rehomed by someone because it killed all the fish in their tank, and I'm a bit like, duh, should have thought about that. It did live with a female tilapia and lived with it for a while and then killed it. And then that's when the person who had it before had enough and brought it into Maidenhead Aquatics. And then Muggins here turned up and went, ooh, pretty fish, I'll have that. So it was destined not to work out. They did have it in a much smaller tank, so I thought I could maybe get away with it because I've got such a big tank. This is now living in an 8 foot by 4 foot by 3 foot tank. So I'm kind of hanging on to that little shred of, I've got a big enough tank, it can create its own territory, it might calm down after a while. And when I'm in there, most of the time it is calm. It's gone from chasing everything to kind of half-heartedly going, can't be bothered. So it might stop. Pardon me. Who knows? Aquarium Adventures. I've just got a 30-inch by 12 by 12. Would that be a good footprint for an epistle pair? Yeah, I would say so, Matthew. It's 30-inch, that's like 2 and a bit foot. By a foot by a foot. Yeah, you can get a pair in there. I agree, more tilapia could work, something that will have a go back at them as well. Yeah. I don't want to... so, I get that, but I don't really want to create an all-out Thunderdome of a tank where everything's just... There can only be one! And then one day I come down and it's just... carnage and one fish, like, haha! The snakehead is absolutely awesome. It's immense, it's enormous, it's a really good temperament, it's quite funny. I've been kind of trying to work on this video of all the funny things that it does to me, but it's huge and it's powerful and you can tell it could kill whatever it wants. And it generally ignores the tilapia, and it's like kind of the big brother to the little brother thing, but it's like, oh God, just leave me alone. So annoying, I'm going to go, wow, I'll kick your ass. And I think that's what's happened to it, is it's pushed its luck once too many times and the snakehead's actually gone for it and taken a bit of a chunk out of its lip. That might be the thing. Maybe that's what we need, is it to be put in its place and, right, fine, I know where I am in the pecking order now. If that works, that would be great, because I really love the snakehead and I don't want to get rid of the snakehead. But I also don't want to add in 20 aggressive fish, which would work probably if they all spend all their time sorting out their hierarchies and creating their own little territories. That would work probably, but I'm not sure I want that kind of tank. As Ray says, fry it. Okay. I have a large pan for it. I mean, tank for it. Yeah. Yeah, I think... I don't know whether it would do well on its own, but it is a really beautiful fish. Who knows? Send Graham lemons and parsley for the fish sauce. It wants a bachelor pad like Humphrey. I did consider putting Humphrey in there, because Humphrey, I think, would kick its ass. I think he's just unhappy he doesn't have it. I don't want to name it just in case I have to get rid of it. I think that might be the thing that makes me go, I can't get rid of you now, I've named you. Same like Gordon the snakehead. So you're with me for life now, Gordon, I'm afraid. Can't move you on. Humphrey, you're with me for life. Question, is the tilapia too small for your pond? Granted, it's probably a bit cold currently, but I believe they can tolerate temperatures. They can tolerate lower temperatures. I wouldn't put it out there now because it's Baltic out there at the moment. And my little pond would probably be okay, but it's a bit of a stretch. I could just get another like prefab pond and bring it into the fish room, I guess, and keep it in there. But I don't want to keep it in conditions that aren't optimal long term. If it's not going to work, I need to make a decision at some point and say, right, this isn't working. I've given it what I want to do is figure out what chances I can give it, make sure I've given it all the chances, so it's not just me thinking, I've tried everything, I can't think of anything else, get rid of it. If there are other things, I am open to ideas. I'm not one of these people that won't consider other people's ideas. I often don't think of things, so I'm happy to have suggestions made. I don't think it's going to be suitable for outside though. I think every hobbyist should do a year in the trade. that would be good. Yeah, given some of the comments I've seen online, exactly. Posting in Discord. Thank you for your help. Brilliant, David. Yes. How are you finding the biorock? Fine. So it's there in this tank. Oh, we've got the GoPro. I wonder if that will work today. I've got the GoPro set up on that tank, which is full of the pearl Danios, which are those ones swimming about, which have only just this week decided to come down from the very top of the tank. Still doing that glitch thing. I thought I'd fixed that. So in this tank at the moment, I've got a couple of super red bristlenoses, I've got a few chili rasboras, a few ember tetras, and a few pearl danios. But next to it, in this tank, if we go back to Big Face, is the Biorock. Maybe we could do like a live test my water. I've only got shrimp in there, so that's probably the most boring test my water ever. I've done the Biorock. I've got an air stone at the bottom of the Biorock, so it's drawing the water through the Biorock. But if nothing else, it looks nice. I'm kind of testing it to see whether or not I can get away without using a filter in this, and the rock itself becomes the filtration. But I've only had this up for like a week or two or something, so it'll probably take a while before that actually kicks in, it actually does any filtration, and I've only got shrimp in there, so not a lot of waste is getting produced. But for looks really good. I like it. Ooh, God, we're miles behind. Right, wait. Question 5. Right, I'm just going to do a little bit of admin. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. Question 5. I haven't put anything. Okay. I'm just sorting out the quiz, sorry. Save and publish. I was a little bit late with the quiz today. Right, in the chat now, I'll paste the link to the quiz. We will start it in approximately 10 minutes. For those of you who haven't played the quiz before and want to play along, it's easier with 2 devices, but if you have a smart enough phone, I suppose you can get away with it. But basically, there's a link down there. Click the link, join the game. I will click start and we'll all play it together at 10 o'clock-ish in about 10 minutes. I say that because a lot of people look at the questions and then answer them on the chat. That doesn't work. You have to answer them on there. The way the quiz works is you get 30 seconds to answer every question. You get points for the question for answering it correctly, and you get points the quicker you answer it correctly. And then at the end of the 20 questions, whoever gets the most points gets a prize. Yay! So we'll do that in about 10 minutes' time. It's a mixture of fishy questions, general knowledge questions, unknowable questions. So everyone has just as much chance to win as anyone else. So I'll try and fire through the rest of the comments we've got before we get up to the 10 o'clock. I managed to rehome a 1-foot ghost knife fish for a guy that could no longer keep it. Absolutely stunning fish. A suggestion for Megatank maybe. Yeah, I used to have a black ghost knife fish that was just over a foot. I would love to have another one of them. Even then, I still think that might be a bit too delicate for that tank, but knife fish are cool. They had a generic African knife fish in Maidenhead Aquatics that looked really cool. I thought, I might get that as well. The trouble is, because I've now got a fish in there that's big, so the snakehead is big. It's 2 and a bit foot long. The tilapia's a foot long. It's hard to source fish that are of the right size already. And the fish that you do find that are that size already, that people are willing to get rid of, is generally because of their problem. Hence, tilapia. So what I really should have done is been a lot more clever about this and just bought all my... And this was my original plan. Bought all the fish that I wanted to keep in there small, grown them out a little bit, and then introduced them one by one into Megatank. And then I'd have had a whole ecosystem that would have grown together. But no... I got all impatient and did it wrong, and I'm really happy that I got the emperor snakehead because it is a cool as all hell fish. Slight buyer's remorse on the tilapia. It's cool, it's beautiful, but it's now limiting my choices. So I don't know. I think I am slightly relying on rehoming other fish and hoping that I'm not going to get a problem. In fact, Rebecca tagged me in a thing yesterday or the day before where someone was saying, "Oh, I've got this giant gourami here," and it was the one that I wanted. It's the grey one with the red. I was like, "Oh yeah, consider me if you want to get rid of that." It's definitely a lighter one. There is hope. Yeah, it's a bit peely-wally, as we say. If it has a white foamy head, you need to go to the doctors. I've also, and I'm ashamed of this, been looking up people who review beer properly to see what kind of things they say. It just boggles my mind. They're talking, like, they measure how many times it leaves a line of foam. Oh, I had 7 sips and I can only see 5 lines. And you're like, what? Is this what you're concentrating on, you weirdo? The consistency of the foam, the longevity of the foam. All these people that are like, mangoes. You're like, what? Oh, it's definitely stone fruit. And you're like, what the hell are you on about? The only thing I've ever been able to smell in something is when I've gone, oh, no, grapefruit. And I hate grapefruit. I just don't get where they're coming from with some of these stuff. West Coast equals crisp for a lot of them. Hoppy and crisp. It's definitely not hoppy. Because I do not like hoppy. I'm often surprised by something that smells hoppy and then I drink it and go, oh no, it's actually okay. And that makes me think, oh, hops are obviously disgusting. And I added to the spreadsheet what hops are in each of the beers so as I could see if I could find some discerning factors of, oh, I obviously like mosaic hops more than whatever, but not got a big enough sample size yet. But yeah, I can't smell anything there. What's wrong, dog? Why are you whinging? Sorry, I have a little dog whining next to me. Come here. What's up? I feel there should be further columns on the spreadsheet for beer for pH, ammonia, nitrate. Yeah. Well, what else could I put in there? What have we got at the moment? Let me show you. At the moment, we've got. Let me show you. We've got the brewery, the name, the type, the hops. So I can't find information on all of them of what hops there are. One thing I did notice is the alcohol volume. Pardon me, in my top 10, there's like only one that's less than 5% volume. And the majority of them are 7 or 8. So maybe I'm just an alcoholic. So we've got alcohol volume, smell, taste, and rating. I don't know what other columns to have in there. One day, Graham will make an Aquarium Adventures Untapped group. Oh, maybe that's what we need, like a beer offshoot. There we go, there's the super chat. Thank you, Spandog, very much. Question, have you noticed since you did Mega Tank that liquid rubber went up in price? I did not notice that. Has it done that? Indeed. That would be interesting because I have noticed that since I have fixed Touchwood Mega Tank, it's been problem free. So I don't think liquid rubber was the problem. Liquid rubber. So there are several liquid rubber products. There's only the one of them that was meant for aquarium use. What is up with my bloody computer? They don't seem to have any on Amazon. Let me see if I can find it from my orders. Oh yeah, they've changed the listing. Oh my god, it has gone up. Sorry, I should be sharing this, shouldn't I? £189 now for a 5-gallon thing of liquid rubber. How much did I pay? I don't think I paid that much. 139. So it's gone up 50 quid. Wow. And that was one of the things that made me choose liquid rubber, was because it was cheap compared to glassing, and now I have fiberglassed it. But the traditional way of doing a mega tank would be to fiberglass it and then use pond armour, and that was just way more expensive than just using liquid rubber. But I think that's now getting into the same sort of realms, especially if you have to fiberglass it anyway, as they say. Right, a couple of minutes left to the quiz. I will share... Oh no, that's the wrong button. I will open up the quiz again because I'm an idiot and I can't do things. Copy link. For those of you who are new, we have 10 players currently waiting in the lobby for the quiz. There is in the chat. I've just posted the link again. Let's see if we can crash through all these before we get back onto the quiz. I'm going to... The tapia looks like a A what? A Tanganyika? I know what you mean. Can reach 17 inches. Yes. Did I narrow it down to what tilapia it was? I did. I found the Latin... I can't remember what it is, but it is a big one. And it can get bigger. I don't think it was one that can reach 17 inches. I think the one I saw said it would reach 12 to 14, and this one's already 12. Tilapia should be called Mad Max. Yeah, maybe. I thought Eric was... I do like a human name for a pet. I think the best pets are things that are called like Dave or Ian the dog. When I was younger, I had a friend who had a cat called Cipher and a dog called Deefer. So it'd be C for cat and D for Doug. Mega Tank 2. This time is tilapia. Since he's an Oreochromus, what about Oreo? Yeah. Given it's from Tanganyika, put it in the Shelley's tank. That might be carnage. Oh yes, very much carnage. I did read that it can go cold, but I didn't think it could go the British winter cold. So it's not like it's a koi fish or anything. Right, so for the quiz, I'm going to open up the one that I know I like, the Vocation Smash and Grab. We've got the time it takes me to pour this to jump into the quiz. As you can see, we have 14 players so far. Sorry, all you weirdos. Oh, this is much better, much more thick and hazy. And a creamier... Oh, I'm going to have to show you this on Big Face. And a creamier head. See how that's creamy rather than foamy? Does that make sense? And that smells... citrusy, juicy. I'm not sure which. In fact, what did I say about this one the last time? Smash and grab. Subtle, pleasant smell. Yep, I would stick with that. It is subtle. I can smell a little bit of citrus, maybe. And the taste, I said, was very nice. God, I should get a job writing for a magazine. What does it taste of? It tastes very nice. The taste was very nice. Bold. Oh, I used the word bold. Bold, fruity hint of hops. So, smell is delicious. Wow, so bold. Oh, that's got a little bit of a tang. I might use the word tang. I might update that with tang. Oh, it has got a tang. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted by the whole beer thing there. So, small face. I'm going to try and... Is this a little bit bigger? I don't know if that's a work, but anyway. So, hopefully you are ready ready to quiz. Let me clear that away. And I'll do the bit where I can easily edit this for the second channel. Welcome everyone to the Aquarium Adventures Friday Night Quiz. We have for your delectation 20 questions, fishy and otherwise. So we've got general knowledge, fishy and random questions that are just a guess. So anyone can win. I want you to click on the link I've put in the description, or if you're watching on the second channel, there'll be a link in the description where you can play along. Let me know in the comments what you score. Otherwise, we'll get ready to play in a second. Points are awarded for fastest correct answer, and at the end, whoever gets the most points will win a prize. So, with all that said, are we ready? We have 18 players. We shall click start and away we go. Question 1. 94% of fish tested over the course of a year off the Florida coast tested positive for what? Cancer, drugs, alcohol, or COVID-19? I shouldn't do that because in the edited version I will put a music bed under this. So what do you think it is? Florida fish test positive for... It was drugs, of course. That's quite a lot, 94%. Joe Biden visited Ireland this week. Proud of his Irish heritage, what was his mother's surname? Was it A. O'Donnell, B. O'Connor, C. Murphy, or D. Finnegan? A. O'Donnell, O'Connor, Murphy, Finnegan. Sounds like roll call at an Irish school. It was, of course, D. Finnegan. The 175th time of which event, that's meant to say event, not even, of which event happens this weekend? So if you're watching this and it's 2027, this might not be quite as relevant a question as it first seems. What happens this weekend for the 175th time? Is it the Snooker World Championship? Is it the Masters? Is it the Kentucky Derby? Or is it the Grand National? It's the Grand National, of course. The new Super Mario film broke box office records for an animated film, beating which film? So this is number 1. What was number 2? Is it Finding Dory, Frozen 2, Toy Story 4, or The Lion King? So broke the box office records for sales in the opening weekend, beating which film? It was Frozen 2. What country is this? Simple question. Do you know the answer? What country is this? Is it Brazil, Germany, Mexico, or Spain? Oh no, Silver Creek isn't fast enough. I waited until 10 o'clock. The answer is, of course, Spain. What did the octopus Paul predict with 85% accuracy? Was it the weather forecast, World Cup results, lottery numbers, or number one singles? Is Germany not landlocked? Germany is landlocked. But it's just, I've cut out the other countries. It is just the country. Paul the octopus, who was born in Britain and now lives in a German aquarium, he predicted the World Cup results. How many triangles are in this image? So you've got 30 seconds. You can work this out if you count really fast. Or you can use maths. Is it 16, 18, 22 or 24? If you're listening to this on podcast version, this is not going to make any sense. So far, Fat Kid Spin at Seesaw is on 130 points. Martin, 114. Mark, 113. There were 24 triangles in that image. As you can see, I'm now running out of questions to ask. As of 14th of the 4th, 2023, how many views does the Aquarium Adventures YouTube channel have? Is it 1.2 million, 2.2 million, 200,000 or 6.4 million? Martin has leaped into the lead. How many views does this horrendous channel have? Unbelievably, 2.2 million. Shark question. How many fins do most sharks have? Is it 5, 7, 8 or 9? I will fight anyone that argues with me, because I did in-depth research on this one. How many fins do most sharks have? Remember, it's not types of fin. How many actual fins? The answer is 8. They have 5 types of fin, but some of them are paired. Oh, getting a bit shark heavy. How many, approximately, species of shark are there? Is it 100, 500, 200 or 300? I always feel compelled to either do the countdown music or that music. How many approximately species of shark are there? There are 500. What mod con does the carriage King Charles Mark III will use for his coronation have? Which mod cons will King Charles III's coronation carriage have? Is it electric windows, air conditioning, parking sensors, or heated seats? Rebecca is confused about the 8. I thought someone would be. I'm prepared to explain it after the quiz. What mod cons does it have? Electric windows. What body of water contains the Bermuda Triangle? Which body of water contains the Bermuda Triangle? Is it the Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, the North Sea, or the Indian Ocean? Shark fans are protesting the answers. Tough. As always, it's what I think is right rather than what's actually right. It's the Atlantic Ocean that contains the Bermuda Triangle. The world's largest leatherback turtle weighs in at over 900 kilograms or 2,000 pounds, 500 kilograms or 1,100 pounds, 700 kilograms, 1,500 pounds, 400 kilograms, 900 pounds. Martin is running away with it slightly, so you guys, you've got 7 questions to catch up. It's anybody's game though, because I've seen people catch it up from way back. Unbelievably, it's 2,000 pounds. That's enormous. 10 feet long, the leatherback turtle was. What is the loudest animal, volume rather than duration? So, like, 223 decibels was the recording. Not how long is it constantly making noise. What is the loudest animal? Sperm whale, mantis shrimp, blue whale, bulldog, bat. I'll give you a clue in that these are the top 4 loudest animals. You just have to pick an order. It's the sperm whale, and that is actually the order. Sepia is the name given to the ink secreted by which marine creature? Is it squid, octopus, cuttlefish, or sea snails? Now, I know there's an octopus in the picture. Don't be... You know, my pictures don't always give the answer. Sepia is the name given to the ink secreted by which marine creature? Is it the squid, the octopus, the cuttlefish, or the sea snail? It's the cuttlefish. How do manatees, with their lack of swim bladder, control their buoyancy? Is it through burping, farting, pooping, or peeing? I think we can all agree they're all quite disgusting, but which one is it? Burping, farting, pooping, peeing. Someone can clip that and we'll make it a meme. Burping, farting, pooping, peeing. It's farting. They fart to control their buoyancy. Which of these Loch Ness facts is true? Is never frozen. It's 23 miles long. It has more water than all the lakes in England and Wales combined. Or all of them. Which of these Loch Ness facts is true? That's a hard sentence to say after 3 beers. Or 4 beers, or however many beers I've had. Has it never frozen? Is it 23 miles? Is it everything? It is everything. What is the largest organ in the human body? Is it A, the heart, B, the liver, C, the penis, or D, the skin? I'm not going to lie, I stuck penis in there for comedy value. And I think I might be the only one that found it funny. This was one of my, it's 10 to 9, I haven't got all the questions. What shall I put in? It is, of course, the skin. What is this Java fern variant's name? Is it Leptochilius torius topterus? Is it Peptobismol sporius? Is it Chilius sporum? Or is it Wettus wedus? I will mangle those names again. Leptochilius pteropus, Peptobismol sporius, Chilius sporum, Wettus wedus. Fat Kids Win at Seesaw strolling into the lead there is of course A, and the most contentious one possibly. 250,000 people voted in a Twitter poll to decide what? How a dog would wear trousers, what colour her dress was, the next CEO of Twitter, or are there more wheels or doors in the world? What could it be? It was, are there more wheels or doors in the world? So, well done. Fat Kids Win at Seesaw with 345 points. That must be a record. I don't think we've seen anything near as high as that before. And we've certainly had 200 points, but Martin, you're so unlucky to be second place with 294 points. And even Cinema Reef with 278. They are all winning scores. Congratulations to everyone. So we've got Fat Kids Win at Seesaw, 345 points. Let me know what you I almost had a whole sentence there. Let me know who you are by sending me an email and we'll send you a prize. But honourable mentions down, Dave with 240, Juggler 235. These are all, anything over 200 points is a winning score, a top-notch score. Need to Do Well, Nabo on 219, Mark with 192, Ichthy with 191, Hans 169, Brian, these are all good scores. All the way down to Jimbo with 0 points, who obviously it didn't work properly for, or gave up. But well done, once again, Fat Kids Win at Seesaw, you are this week's winner. ease of editing, we'll go back to Big Face now. And say thank you all for joining me. If you're watching this on the Clips channel, down below the link to the quiz will be there. Try it out. Let me know in the comments what you get. And come join us on a Friday night at 9 PM if you want to play the quiz. We usually do it around about 10 PM. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye! That's not for you. That's for the people on the Clips channel. So don't worry about it. So, Fat Kids win at Seesaw. Who's that again? Is that Simon? I can't ever remember who done, but who won that? Who won that? What we can do though is look at the insights. This is my new favourite thing to do. And see who got what questions right. So, first question, 94% of fish tested. Well, that's a bit of a guess. Although it did mention Florida, so it was clearly going to be drugs. Joe Biden visited Ireland. 1, 2, 3. Only a few. You got that one right. Most people got the Grand National question right. The Super Mario film broke box office record for an animated film, beating which films? Wow. Most of you got that one wrong. Oh, at least half of you got that it was Spain. What did the Octopus Paul predict? The World Cup. Most of you got that one. How many triangles? I thought that would be an easy one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 6 of you got that one right. Here's the self-indulgent question. As of today, how many video views does the Aquarium Adventures YouTube channel have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As many people as knew that was Spain's outline knew how many views it had. I hope you all guessed fewer. How many? So, contentious question number 1. How many fins do most sharks have? 1, 2, 3. Only 3 of you got that right. Okay. So, I'll now let you in behind the curtain and show you how I do these things. How many fins do sharks have? 8 fins. Most sharks have 8 fins. A pair of pectoral fins. 1, 2. A pair of pelvic fins. 1, 2. 2 dorsal fins. 1, 2. An anal fin and a caudal fin. 8 fins. 8. Yes? Are we agreed? Some sharks, so there are members of the order Hexanchiformes, only have a single dorsal fin. And if we look at it image-wise, so dorsal fin, pectoral fin, of which there are 2, pelvic fin, of which there are 2, anal fin, second dorsal fin, caudal fin. 8. 8. Okay? Yes? Are we all agreed now? Graham was right. Graham, Fat Kids with Seesaw, Martin and Cinema Reef were right. All the rest of y'all were all wrong. How many approximately species of shark are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, 9 of you, so a few of them got that one right. Did Nabokov fan get that need to win? Oh, our resident shark specialist did not get either of those ones right. Ouch. What mod con does the Coronation Chariot have? Only one person got that one right. Wow, a few people didn't know where the Bermuda Triangle was either. I thought that was a given. The leatherback turtle thing, 10 feet long. 10 feet long. I could not believe that. The loudest animal. God, I thought more people would have got that one as well. Farting, because obviously it was funny. Most of you got that one. Which of these Loch Ness facts was true? Yep, all of them. One of them I thought was particularly... Loch Ness contains more water than all the lochs and lakes in England and Wales combined. What is the largest organ in the human body? Skin. Most people got that. Only 2 people got that one wrong. What is this Java Firm's variant's name? Yep. 250,000 people vote. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 5 people got that one right. So this was the one I thought we'd spend most time talking about. Are there more wheels or doors in the world? Discuss. I want to know whether or not my audience... So I know what the answer is. No, that's not true. I don't know what the answer is. I know what the Twitter poll answer is. So I'm going to do it my own poll. So I'm going to start a poll. Are there more doors or wheels in the world? What do you think? I also know what I think, obviously. Pardon me. So, going through the comments, Silver Creek turning up late, demerit. Spandog, I'm new to the quiz, but I can't hear you on YouTube. Well, some people would say that's like a feature. I'm sorry. No, Northern Edge is sea. Is this of Germany? So the Germany thing. That's not a picture of a country and everything else around it is sea. That's a picture of a country silhouette. There might be a country next to it. Might be an ocean next to it. It's the shape of the country we're trying to find. Germany's northern portion is bordered by the North Sea and the Baltic. That's not true. Surely. Oh no, it is true. I take it back. So there you go. There's Germany. This bit here. And then that is indeed the North Sea. And that indeed is the Baltic Sea. That would have been a perfect question. Where were you, Silver Creek? Come on, Tommy. I need help with these questions. Yeah, so there's the North Sea there. But yes, it was Spain. So it was this bit. So it had Portugal was cut out of it. I don't know. One day I'll do Italy and see if you can get that one right. I did geography A-level and still have no idea where anything is. Do you know what? I did... I'm from Scotland, so rather than A-levels, we did higher, and I did geography higher, and similarly, don't know where anything is. It was all about V-shaped valleys and GDP of one country versus another, and what makes a fjord a fjord. Silver Creek says, that was my jam in school, geography and history. I did not do history. I wish I did do history. I would have enjoyed history, I think, now that I know. But geography, that was my jam as well. That was the one... I went through a period of deciding school wasn't for me and just not going. And like for a whole year, I didn't go to school. I went and played golf instead and did other things. And then it got to the exams and they were like, well, Graham hasn't been here all year, you can't do anything. I was, what? No, I'll do the exams. And my geography teacher, and this to this day, I think I owe everything I have probably to my geography teacher, had said, no, I'm not letting Graham sit the exam because he hasn't studied enough, he hasn't attended class enough. And I got into a proper argument with him. I was like, look, geography, it's easy. Of course I can do geography. I don't need to come and sit and listen to all this nonsense. I guarantee I'll get an A, and under those, so I basically made a bet with him, say, let me sit the exam and I'll get an A, because geography's easy. And it was obviously him doing reverse psychology on me to make me go and do like loads of cramming and studying. And I did, and I got the A, and I went, I told you so. And he went, I know, because I made you tell yourself so. And I was like, oh, god damn, you did me over. So, yeah, that was my childhood. So here we're talking about fins, paired fins. No, it specifically said how many fins, not types of fin. So there are 5 different types of fin, but some of them are paired. Okay, lots of fin talk as the first fight begins. Oh, look at that. That's very nice. And the first fight begins, ladies and gentlemen. In the left corner, we have Graham weighing in at the wonderful 185 pounds. Yeah, that's like my leg and my arm. Not a shark fan. They're all a bit generic. Surely 900 kilograms is over 400 kilograms. Oh, did I make a mistake with one of the questions? I apologise. Right, anyway, sorry. So, I think we were okay there. Okay, now explain the fin situation. Are we happy with the fin situation now? I have to scroll down a little bit. Remember, censor your address before posting this video. And, it's only got my postcode. It's not got my actual address, does it? Or have I screwed that up? Oh. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Hans. I will check that. Definitely 8. I was correct. Simon is Fat Kids Win at Seesaw. Simon, send me your email. Just send me an email. I will send you an email back with your prize. I think this week I have decreed the prize is a £10 voucher for aquariumadventures.co.uk.
Oh, my balls.
Oh, my balls. Where you can get all your proper fish food or £10 towards any merch that you want. And if you don't want any of that and you just want me to send you some food, send me that in the email. The email address is up here, graham@aquariumadventures.co.uk. I'm terrible with how many are there. Everyone's terrible, so don't feel bad. I do the same thing where I think, right, okay, how many of this is there? And it's a thing I know loads about and I have to go 2, 11. So I think everyone's terrible about that. Same, I have to count it. I use Excel to count things for me as well. I reject skin being an organ. It's an ultraviolet dermal protective layer and I stick by it. It's wheels, just including toys. I think it's wheels as well. So lots of the arguments you get about, so this is the wheels versus doors thing. Lots of the arguments are around, well, there are doors and everything. There's doors in your house. How many doors are in your house? And you count them up and then you say, how many wheels are in your house? And you go, oh, none. But is it none? If you have kids, you've probably got toys. A lot of them have wheels. Got a dishwasher. Mine's got 8 wheels on it for the trays that wheel in and out. Your Hoover has wheels. Everything's got wheels. Everything's got wheels on it. Oh, a car's got 4 doors. Yeah, it's got 4 wheels. And some of them got 5. Got a spare in the back. But they're cupboard doors. But cupboard doors and then wheelie. Oh, I don't know. Rebecca's definitely on the wheels. A lot of objects have wheels. More wheels than doors. Not all houses have doors. Well, most houses have at least a few doors. Kitchen cupboards, they're doors. I can't even believe you got that answer right. I'd rather be wrong. My dangle daggum house has more wheels than it does doors. Well, it probably does. You don't think about most things that have wheels. I'm sitting on a chair right now. It has 12 wheels. That's what you have to think about. remember cupboard doors exactly. Some people just have shelves, that's true, but most people have cupboards in some way. Oh, Barbara's got me on a technicality there. The question was phrased, what... Oh, was that how the question was phrased? Oh, I'm going to have to go back and check that. Yeah, you're right. What is... As I said before, the answer isn't necessarily what is the correct answer, it's what is I think is the correct answer. But yeah, I'll give you that one. The skin is technically not in the human body, because it's on the human, or it is the human. Oh, is it in the body or on the body? That's like how is there more wheels or there more doors? Oh, Martin, thank you for that. I wanted to make that joke, that dad joke. You've really got me thinking now. My specialty topic is only name the animal. Okay, well, I'll definitely include that as a round next week. That's why Germany went up before trying for the UK. Ah, okay. Yeah, it makes sense now. Geography from my era was all case studies, so I still have no idea about physical. I'm the same, yeah. Mine was all about glacial erosion. And is this a meander? Is it an oxbow lake? Is it a this? And you're like, okay, but well, where's Finland? That's all I joined this class for. Lanx Fish Geeker. Question: is skin on the body or in the body? Alright, you got me. I'm sorry. Another super chat from Spandog for $1.99. Thank you, Spandog. You've now contributed almost 50% of the prize I'm willing to give out this evening. Thank you very much. Silver Creek says, I studied maps of different time periods. It's wonderful seeing the changes over the years. And my oh my, are there some drastic ones. There are. Even, so my house that I live in now, if you look at the maps and so in the UK, the land registry contains most of the like the borders of where one house becomes another house or where one street turns into another street. My house, we had to pay to get the maps updated and changed because basically the people who lived here before us stole entire gardens off other houses that should have had them, but just because they've been here that long, we were just able to go, oh, there's 50 quid, update the maps, and now that's ours. Yeah, so it's weird, but yeah, the historical maps can be really, I was going to say enlightening, but it just be really interesting because you can tell a story about what's happened where it's like before one war or before and after one conflict, things drastically change, and it can be just like the passage of time where things creep and you can see them creeping along. Yeah, I do like a map. Some cars have 5 doors. The door thing confuses me though when I register my car has 3 doors. Yeah, the boot technically has a door because that's your 5 door, your 3 door. But then all cars have at least 4 wheels. I guess some of them have 3 wheels, your Robin Reliance and the like. But they generally have a spare wheel as well. And then even within the car, each air conditioning vent has a wheel, usually, which you can use to open and close vents. A radio knob. Is that a knob or is it a wheel? Because it's a wheel, it turns. So far, 50-50 on the doors versus wheels thing. So the Aquarium Adventures audience is diametrically opposed to each other. 26 votes, 13 for doors, 13 for wheels. Is anyone going to break ranks and vote for anything else? Google Maps works wonders. Yeah, so you know when there was all that craze for like Wordle and all that kind of stuff. There's one that does maps where you can guess the countries. That was really good, and it's all based on Google Maps. Sorry, I missed. Motorcycles and bikes exist, but curtains are also doors for a lot of people. It all depends. I'm kidding. I live in a tiny house, but it's on skids. No wheels. But, have you seen those? It's like, what are those programs called? Ultimate Movers or whatever it is. And sometimes they'll come and they'll take entire houses where they jack up the house and they put skids under the house. And each of the skids have like these pneumatic wheels. And it's literally like 2,000 wheels. They pump up the wheels and that lifts it up, and then they can just drive the house down the road and dump it somewhere else. And it is like literally 1,000 wheels. Oof, I don't know. I had to guess some of the questions, like how many triangles are there. Yeah, that was hard for me. I wanted to be really sure about that one. Right, we're on to the final beer of the evening. Shoot the Thrill by by Wild Child Brewery. It's a Southern Hemisphere IPA, 6%. This one looks like it's got a creamy froth. Sorry for all that want to see the pour. This looks like what I can only describe as silky. I've got beer on myself. Lego is the biggest manufacturer of tyres for a long... Oh, do you know what? That was almost one of my questions. It was about construction. Who's the biggest construction company in the world, and it was Lego. Oh, I mean, pretend you didn't hear that. I might use that next week. Your chair has 12 wheels, but the printer has 18 doors for paper jams. Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, this is why there isn't any actual answer. What about sliding doors on wheels? Danged old external organs. Next thing you know, they'll say Pluto isn't a planet. That was going to be one of my questions. Alright, Graham, let's have one philosophy question next week. Well, I think point proven that we're still on 50-50 whether there are more doors or wheels in the world. I don't know if this audience can handle philosophy questions. Glacial erosion is both a blessing and a curse to study. Some states... Well, glacial erosion is something I crammed, and... No, I can't see any blessings. None of it was fun. I mean, it's useful, but fun? No. Right, I'm afraid I'm going to have a pee break because I've had too many beers. So I'm going to... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to go to studio mode so as I don't have to do that. I'm going to go in here and go break, media source, packages, filler.mp4, packages. So just to get through the last 10 minutes, I'm going to put you on hold for a second. Hello, I'm back again. Sorry about that. Let's go back into studio mode. Right. Great question to fill in the last hour of the live stream. We're still at 50-50 though. I can't believe this. As a philosophy question, there are more doors and... Oh... Martin's taking this one a little bit deeper. As a philosophy question, there are more doors to my mind or currently wheels turning in it. Who knows? Yippee! Graham went pee-pee before me. I have had 5 cans of beer. Come on, give me a break. I was dancing a bit, yes. Discus, orange and blue. How did you know my internal algorithm? Do you know what? That video must be a good... 5 or 6 years old now. It's my old house, my old tank. And if I remember correctly, it had lots of blackbeard algae going on. Right, so, beer review of this last one. Shoot to Thrill, Southern Hemisphere IPA. Looks good on the old see-through-ometer. Fairly nothingness on the smell. Happy with that. Tang. Bit of an aftertaste. I think, is it bitter that I don't like? Hello, son. We totally heard you, but you totally didn't, because my toilet is miles away from my streaming setup at the moment. I love how you had a pre-recorded... Well, that's just a general... Sometimes I need to go and do stuff, you know. I wish my discus came out. They hide all day until feeding time. What you need to do is just have a little bit of... a couple of days where you just spend time in front of the tank. You feed them, they come out, they notice you're there, they finish feeding, they notice you're still there, you just stay there, and eventually they get used to you. My discus just... It's not an adage as such, but if you give a discus a place to hide, it will hide. And if you give it no reason not to hide, it'll just keep doing it. So you have to give it a reason to think that if it stops hiding, that's also fine. So I'm not adverse to putting in lots of decorations where a discus can go and hide behind it, but I also will specifically spend a couple of days just spending hours with the tank, whether it's dicking about with the tank, moving things around. But my general aim is to give the discus a feeling of, alright, this guy isn't trying to kill us. He's the food giver, and 2, he hasn't tried to kill us yet, so yeah, maybe it's fine to be out. If you, pardon me, have your tank in a high traffic area, eventually they'll get used to people not trying to kill them all the time. It's harder with kids, because I've noticed, especially with my kids, if they have friends around and things like that, the friends will all be up at the tank like, ah! The discus will be like, oh, no thank you. And they'll go and hide behind the thing or whatever. But just spend a bit of time with them, they will come out. Where did I get to? Sorry, I missed it. My discus watch me constantly. Yeah, mine do as well. They can see... In fact, I got a little bit upset with my discus recently, where, as you know, my discus tank is in my hall, and I have a kitchen door here, discus tank here, and bedroom here. So if you're walking from the kitchen to the bedroom, you walk past the discus tank. And I walked past the discus tank, and I thought, oh, all the discos are out, but they've paid no attention to me whatsoever. And my wife was walking behind me, and as soon as my wife came through the door, they all went whoosh, straight to the corner where she was walking, and then follows her all the way around. I was like, what the hell? She never feeds you. She never does water changes. She never comes in. Why? So I don't know quite what was going on there, but they were very much paying her a lot more attention than they were paying me. Normally, they'll follow me around, and I'll come to the tank and stand at the tank, and they'll come up and say hello, and they'll be like, obviously not them. I'm anthropomorphizing a little bit there. They'll generally come and spend time with me and be interested in me, mostly because I usually feed them. But yeah, I was like, what's going on? Why are you going with her? What have you been up to when I've not been at home? Nabokov, I'm very much a person that will say you'll get nothing from it because there's nothing to learn except historical stories. We know nothing, vastly less nothing than... What? What are you on about? Shame we can't play music to Graham. Handel, perhaps. Oh, well, must be a way to sort that out. Reminders, smash that. Do you know what, Nabokov? That earns you a promotion to moderator. So now you can join the Discord server. You can also get access to the moderation channels. Beer 1, it's good. Beer 5, happy with that. No, I'm not sure where I would place this in the weird beer scale, to be honest. The fact that I'm 5 beers in and this has got a little bit of a tang, I'm wondering if this was the first beer, would I like it? Whereas the one that's at number 1 at the moment, I could drink that anytime, anywhere, and go, this is delicious. This has a flavour profile where I'm going, ooh, it's got a tang, it's got a this. It's not unpleasant, but it's not unpleasant, but my immediate thought isn't delicious. Whereas the ones that I like, I immediately go, oh, that's lovely. And then think about what the taste is. Whereas this one's going, oh, that taste of this, that, and the other. It's not unpleasant. Very different to being lovely. It's super cloudy, probably a bit on the butter side, or super fruity. The fruity ones I definitely like. The ones that are like uber fruit, I do not like. No, that's not true. I do like them, but there's one called Juice Forsyth. Oh, sorry, I have to find this one because it's... there you go. Brew York, Juice Forsyth. It's very juicy and very tasty. It's literally pink. It's got so much juice in it. But it's also lovely. It's so juicy that I don't think it merits a place in the top 10 for actual beers. But it is quite nice. Watch the video from the urban fish keeper about one heater, multiple tanks. Used a sponge filter to transfer water, then a U-bend to return. What? I watched a video from the urban fish keeper about one heater, multiple tanks. Used a sponge filter to transfer water, then a U-bend to return. I was thinking... I don't know. One heater, multiple tanks. Used a sponge filter to transfer water. Yeah, so a sponge filter, basically they call them air lifts, where you use air stones. It's the sponge filter technology where you use the air stone to lift bubbles, draw water from somewhere and then out again. Same thing that I'm using on this here. Using the air stone to create bubbles to draw water up through that column, drawing it in through the stone. But you can use that to move water as well. I'm going to say I don't know because I haven't watched the video. Shall we watch the video? Would that be too much? Is he going to copyright claim me? I don't want to lose the 60 pence I'll make off this video. Urban. Oh no, that's not how you spell urban. Urban fish keeper. The urban fish keeper. Okay, let's have a look and see if we can find the video. What's the video called? Do you know? He's got lots of how-to videos. I can't see one about one filter or one heater. But if you can put a link to the video, I'll watch it and we'll have a look. We'll have a watching party. Recipe for flooding, says Juggler. I think it's a lot of work, and if you look at how valuable your time is versus how much another heater costs, I think you get your answer. Does this mean Nabokov can kick everyone out of the quiz? No, it's just basically, so if you want to be a moderator, one, don't be upset if you aren't a moderator, and two, don't be big-headed if you get to be a moderator. It's just someone who can help out and answer some questions, and generally is friendly to the stream and all those good things. So if you want to be a moderator, by all means ask, and if you're here regularly, that's kind of the only commitment that we ask. You turn up every now and again, you're generally useful in your answering of questions, you can be a moderator. But if they get mean and start doing weird things, then no, they will no longer be moderators. And basically, yes, it just means Nightbot will stop yelling at you. I find plenty of fish shoaling with your discus encourages them to swim freely. Definitely, discus are a species of fish that appreciates a dither fish. A dither fish, if you don't know, is a smaller fish that's happy to be out in the open all the time. Generally, we use things like rummy-nosed tetras, cardinal tetras, smaller fish that are happy to be out all the time, don't hide, and discus see them out all the time, not being killed, and go, oh, well, maybe it's okay out there. So they come out as well. So yes, definitely, that is a way to go. If a beer tastes more like a fruit... If a beer tastes more like a fruit drink, then I can probably drink it. Yeah, and there definitely are some fruity brews out there. So, in fact, if we go back to the spreadsheet... I'm now going to be referencing this bloody spreadsheet for the rest of my life. Oh no, I've opened Lightroom, didn't want to do that. Get out of the way. I've got some, what were they? Like this one. Oh, you can't see it because I'll scroll off a bit. There you go. Timmerman's Frambrose, which is that raspberry or something like that it's called. They get to a point where they're so fruity that they don't taste like beer anymore. And I know that for a lot of people that's like, yep, that's exactly what I want. Perfect. That's not what I was going for. There's another one, which I think even you might have suggested for me. Is it, what was it called? This one here. Oh, where's it gone? The Bacchus. Where in this one I've said slightly fruity, but that's the smell, slightly fruity. Hints of cherry, generic fruity beer. That's the thing I don't actually like, when it's just like, oh, this doesn't taste like beer. This just tastes like it's trying to be a milkshake, or it's trying to be fruity cider, or it's trying to be... I want a beer to taste a bit like a beer. It's hard to describe. Silver Creek is getting deleted all over the place, what we've been saying. I don't know what... Nightbot just goes off on things, or Streamlabs it was this time. Silver Creek was making some normal, happy points, Oh, I think it's because we were mentioning cannabis. There are some rather fruity beers out there. The one I'm drinking right now tastes like drinking a liquid form of marijuana, but that stands to reason because hops are a cousin to cannabis. I did not know that. There you go. Wine is always... See, that's... If you've found a drink that you like, whether it's alcoholic, non-alcoholic, yeah, don't... This is my experiment because I fancied trying different things. But this isn't, everyone should drink the things I drink. This is, yeah, if you like Coca-Cola, drink Coca-Cola. I've definitely experienced this. I can't do the smell of that little, I don't know what that is. Is that the sours or IPAs and things like that? Yeah, so some of this, so this is fine. Definitely my number one beer has a pleasant smell, but some of them have thought, what is that reeking smell? Where's it coming from? So like Rebecca's saying here, I can't do the smell of that, let alone the taste. Some beers are that strong, I thought my partner was smoking because the smell was that strong. Yeah, I have been given drinks before where I've gone, oh yeah, thank you very much. Oh, what is that? Why would I ingest that? That smells like it's on fire. Or it smells like it's burnt chocolate. It's mostly the stouts. For me, it's the stouts and things like that trigger me. Where you're like, oh my god. No, thank you. There you go. Yeah, Bacchus. I think it was you that suggested Bacchus for me that one time. If you want to suggest anything, get on Discord. Up here, you can let me know in the beer channel. Anything you want me to try out, we'll stick it on the spreadsheet and you'll get to know what I think of it. I don't know what Silver Creek has done, but Streamlabs does not like you for some reason. Do you know what? I'm going to add you as a moderator as well, because you're usually here. Usually quite useful. Right, we've now got to the point where we are into... Oh, it's 11:01 and I'm still rambling. Right, do you want me to knock it on the head for the evening, or is there anything anybody wants to know? If we have a look at... Let's have a look at the YouTube studio. I might even be talking to myself. It has been known to happen. Live control room. Right. There still are a few of you here. Colin with the discus question right at the end. I only use RO water for my discus. Is it me, or do you all do it? I don't use RO water with my discus. It seems like far too much of a faff, because if you use RO water, you have to add some kind of remineralization, or a word sounds similar to that. Remineralization. No, I only would use RO if it was breeding discus. Question: how is the newly identified Corridoras and auction things doing? Yeah, they're doing fine. My bronze Corridoras are laying eggs like nobody's business. What else did I get from the auction? Yeah, most of the things I got from the auction are fine. Can you have a datnoid with discus? You probably could for a time, but dats do get enormous over time. But yeah, it could work for a while. Wine and fruit, beer and fruit. if you ever want to try one again, make it light, but also try it with some sort of citrus. Everyone keeps saying the citrus thing. So basically, if you find a drink you don't like, bring an orange. Right, so we've made it to 11:05. There's no extra questions. If you fancy continuing your fishy chat for the evening, there's the Discord up there. If you want to go and see something else, Silver Creek Aquatics usually streams about this time. It seems I'm going to have to end the poll on 50-50. We can't decide whether or not there are more wheels or doors. I don't know what to make of that. I think this might be an argument that rages on for the ages. There's a beer you're meant to drink with a lime. That's the Corona, surely. You've got until I finish this to ask me any questions or give me a reason to continue the stream. Cold Water Aquatics, that's the one. Not Silver Creek Aquatics, you know. I've had like 8 beers now. I think Datnoids need to do groups personally. Having fish that feed better than they do can do wonders. So, my experience of Datnoids is very limited. I've only ever seen quite small ones that are just like the shyest, hidiest away scaredy cats ever, or enormous, like 18 inches wide behemoths that are like, hello, I'm a big fish, I'm going to eat all the other fish, ha ha ha. I've never seen the in-between size before, so take any of my advice with a pinch of salt, but that's why I said, like, I think Datnoids when they're smaller would probably be fine with discus, because the discus would be like, come on, it's fine, come on out and eat something, come on. And then they'd be like, oh my god, you got so big. Thank you, door friends. You rule. I think I'm coming down. I didn't get to vote on that. I would have went wheels. I'm pretty sure there's more wheels than doors. Question: is that a Roma 125 on an IKEA stand? It is. It's like one of my favourite things to do is torment the internet by using IKEA Kallax units as aquarium stands. Everyone loves to come and tell me how much it's that will collapse. You can't keep aquariums on Kallax stands. Do you know they're just made of cardboard? Do you know how many years I've been keeping aquariums on Kallax stands? It's fine. Stella all the way. You know, Colin, I think you're where I was like a year ago. You put in a little bit of effort. You can find some fantastic beers. Emergency oranges next week, right? Well, what we need is some suggestions in the beer channel on Discord up there of things that I might not like. And then I'll bring some emergency oranges. And if I don't like them, I've got the emergency oranges to make them feel better. Right, as you say, you've got to find one that I loathe. I worked with dats that ended up with a flower horn, and they ate everything copying the flower horn until it went for them. I think that's the thing with dats. People don't realise that how big, like clown loaches, you see them in the fish shops and they're like this size. And you go, oh, so cute and cool coloured. What, they get to 18 inches long? Oh my god. If it fits in my mouth, I'll try it. Do you mix arrow water with tap because I have plants? I just don't use arrow. I used to use arrow when I was breeding discus, and then I stopped, and I went from breeding, and it was all about yields. It went from like getting 300 fry per bout, per what am I trying to say? Per batch, to 250, and I was like, well, do you know what? That's fine. I can get 250 baby discus not using arrow. I'm happy with that. That's fine. But a lot of people, that would be the thing that they would do. You can your options are use arrow water and you cut it with normal water, like 50-50, and that gets you. And again, it's all depending on your TDS and various things, but they would cut it with their normal water to get a TDS level they were happy with. But if you're in Scotland versus London, the water you start with has so much of a bearing on what you end up suggesting. So I'm hesitant to suggest, oh, you don't need to do this, or you do need to do that. It all depends on what you're trying to achieve. So if you're using arrow and cutting it with remin or cutting it with normal water and it works for you, great. Keep doing it. Who am I to tell you different? Desperados with a slice of lime is nice. That Desperado, they're the ones with the tequila in it. Can I keep Neo shrimp with Cardinia shrimp in the same water? Probably not, no. I'm not sure I'd sleep if my aquariums were on IKEA things. Like 10 years plus of keeping aquariums on top of IKEA Kallax units. It's fine. So, Johnny, take my answer and apply Rebecca's answer, and she knows more than I do. All the stouts thing. Yes, stouts are... bleh. I keep about half my tanks on old kitchen base cabinets without the counter, but instead with plywood on top. Yeah. I mean, like I say, I've been doing this for 10 years where I've kept tanks on Kallax units and it's been fine. If that tank had leaked, then it would last 10 minutes, not 10 years. So there is an element of buyer beware to this. Yes, Kallax units are... they're basically cardboard. If it's constantly getting wet, it's not going to hold that tank. But if you keep it dry enough, it's fine. And it is fine. And it has been fine. It's hard for me to suggest, but Elsian Brewing Loser is a good one. A pale or hoppy, toss an orange. Well, gee, I started this challenge with the theory of, oh, these things are an acquired taste. And it used to really annoy me that I was like, well, why do I have to have a thing that has an acquired taste? There's lots of things that already taste delicious. It's the same with beer. Oh, it's lovely if you stick an orange in it. Well, it should come with an orange then. Make it already nice. Why do I have to add things to it to make it taste palatable? If it's going to be okay, make it okay. But having persevered through this, some of these IPAs, the hazy ones, are like, A year ago I'd have gone, oh God, get away from me. Now I'm like actively seeking it out, going, yeah, that is delicious. So I don't know. Are discus better to breed than angels? It depends where you're starting from. Probably get more money with discus than you would with angel fry. Drinking a case of Desperado with the Eagles playing is best. Desperado, why won't you come to your senses? JD on ice for Colin. Oh, got some Jim Beam in the cupboard. I might get that out. You keep saying it. I keep waiting for a waterfall to spontaneously happen. Lots of bitters are an acquired taste. Yeah, and the whole thing about acquired taste is, why do I have to acquire it? Why can't it just taste nice? There's so many things that just taste nice. Why do I have to acquire extra things? Anyway. Thank you all for joining me. I've now wasted 15 minutes of Cold Water Aquatics, not Silver Creek Aquatics live stream. If you want to go and watch that live stream, when I close this one, it will start. Otherwise, go and check out my Clips channel. Go and check out another video. Go and watch some of someone else's videos. If you're interested in the science of aquariums, go and watch some of freshwater ichthyologies. If you're interested in all kinds of manner of things, all the people who are posting questions usually have channels. Check if there's something you can click it. Otherwise, good night, people. I'm going to give it 5 more seconds for anyone to ask any questions to keep me going. I've now run out of beer.